when some people get into manifesting, they always say, okay, this person manifests specific person, but it's improbable, it's a very unlikely event that happened to them. Or this person reversed their chronic illness, and that's a very unlikely event. Something happened, they found some supplement or somebody suggested them something, and that's very improbable the way that happened. Or somebody manifested a lot of money, or they got thousands of dollars in improbable ways, right? And people then say to me, oh, this happened in a very improbable way, or in a way which is very unlikely for normal people to happen. I don't think it will work for me. They see other events, they see other manifestations, they read other stories, but at the same time they kind of discard those stories or say these stories won't apply to me because these stories happen in a very improbable or very unlikely way, and that is not how it will happen for me. So I'm going to share some stories with you, and I will tell you why these improbabilities do not matter, competition does not matter, why external circumstances, when they might be showing you the opposite, do not matter, and even when you hear no, how it does not matter. I've heard no from many times, from in my workplace, in my professional life, in my personal life, from women I was dating, from business opportunities, and irrespective of all that, I got it. So really, really important point I really want you to understand. So my name is Rohit, and I've been studying about manifesting for years now, and my goal with this channel is to simplify manifesting so you can manifest the dream relationship, the dream house, or dream car, whatever you want to manifest with the power of your imagination. So this is a very key concept I really want you to understand, is improbabilities do not matter. When it comes to manifesting, the world will be moved. If 100 million of people have to be moved, they will be moved, and you will get your. And for example, I remember this was a YouTuber quite a while ago. I've been following him for over 4 or 5 years now. I don't watch his videos as much, but he had like around 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, and he was so confident that he would get to 1 million subscribers. But I read some of his comments, and some people said, okay, that's improbable, that's like you're stretching it too far, it's not gonna happen like that, and they're basically discouraging the YouTuber and telling him that it cannot happen for you, or it will, because it has not happened for most people, it will not happen for you. But he already said, I've already imagined myself getting that golden plaque or having that 1 million subscribers, and it's just a matter of time. I am going to get that. So I was like, okay, cool. I was just admiring that guy. I was like, this guy is confident, he's great on camera, I want to learn from him. So other people were being jealous, and at the same time I was trying to learn from him. And guess what, now he has over millions of subscribers, and the people who told him before said it was improbable or whatever, that didn't matter, and actually he got to there quicker than he had visualized or imagined himself to get to. So I'm going to share a quick story about myself, and it's a true story. I teach part-time. Teaching is one of my passions. I really enjoy teaching young learners. I love it. I enjoy it. I cannot say I love it 100% of the time, but I love it 90-95% of the time, and that is something very rare you ever hear someone say, that they love 90% of what they do. So I really enjoy it, but I always have, there will be some instances when you have a difficult student or something. So I have a level which is called grade 3, right? It's a grade 3 level when the students are about from 6 to 8 years old. They're in that. Some are stronger, so they move up earlier, some are weaker, so they're older, but they're there. So I have like a couple of difficult students in that class, right? And the rule for my organization is that once a class moves up to grade 3, you will only get one teaching assistant. Since I live in Southeast Asia, their first language is not English. Of course, I'm an ESL language teacher, so their language is not English. Their language could be Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, doesn't matter. So I teach that. So we all get, if we go to different countries, we always get a teaching assistant who helps us if in case the students cannot communicate, or they want to go to the washroom, or they need some help or something. The teaching assistant is there to help us, and also help us with teaching and helping us with the lessons. So the rule, the policy as per my company is I can only have one teaching assistant for grade 3. And I was having a really difficult time. There were 2 difficult students, and I just told myself, I had this inner conversation. It is so grateful that my students are well behaved and I'm assisted. It is so grateful. I'm so wonderful. It's grateful. I did it a few times a day. I was just experimenting, tinkering with inner conversation because I'm very big on visualization. I believe visualization is the most accurate form of manifesting, but I've seen people visualize with scripting, inner conversation, with subliminal tapes. I've seen manifestations happen in a lot of different ways. But for personally, visualizing is the best. But so that's what I did. In any case, I had this urge and I went and spoke to the teaching assistant supervisor, who's the head of all the teaching assistants. I went to her and I said, you know, I have this difficult class. I have 2 special kids. You know, they are special. Maybe they are going through issues, and I also imagine them being healed. So she said, oh, you know what, Rohit, we have a policy. I can only give you 1 teaching assistant. I'm sorry. I said, okay, fine. As soon as I walked away from her, I was like, it doesn't matter what she said. It does not matter. And people might think I'm being arrogant, or people might say that I'm being unreasonable or thinking improbable things. But the amount of times I've manifested improbable things, from doctors telling me what can't be done, from business coaches telling me this can't be done, from girls telling me, you know, she won't do this or that, all the things I have able to manifest it despite people telling me that it can't be done. So I'm like, okay, fine, doesn't matter. I was like, I get assistance. I kept going with the inner conversation, and one day, so I have 2 managers. One is my direct manager who works with all the foreign staff, and then you have another manager who works with the local staff. So she one day reached out. I was interacting with her and she reached out to me and she said, I heard that you have a difficult class, right? And that class is difficult. There are 2 students, they are difficult. The whole of my organization knows about it, right? And she said, I heard that, and I said, yeah, I know that, and I already raised this concern, and I asked for another teaching assistant. And she said, oh, by the way, could you write me an email? I will send it to the higher management, and maybe if they approve, you will get a teaching assistant. I'm like, cool. So I was like, is it the bridge of incidents playing out? So this is when I say, when you see these things happen, even though you might see them as signs, I do not look for signs. Because if you start looking for signs, you start reacting. So because I do not want to look for signs, I'm like, cool, this could be a bridge unfolding, but I'm not going to identify this bridge. I'm not going to get attached to this bridge. This is just a bridge unfolding. So be it, cool. And I was like, cool, great. So I sent her an email. I CC'd the teaching assistant supervisor. I CC'd my manager, and she sent it to the higher management. Boom. The next week, I got 2 teaching assistants in my class. Now the class goes so much more smoother. The special kid and the other one as well, they both get enough attention, they get enough support, because I have 2 teaching assistants, and the class just goes so much more smoother, so much more better than before, right? It's just fantastic how it goes. So now this is what I really want you to say. As per policy, I was only allowed to have 1 teaching assistant, but did the policy matter? And now when I tell this story to people, and it's like, you got lucky, your manager was supportive, I'm like, it is not about the improbabilities. It is not about the luck. It is luck, improbabilities, all these things do not matter when you impress your subconscious mind properly. And in this case, I didn't even feel like I impressed my subconscious mind 100%. I was doing these inner conversations, and when I was doing these inner conversations, I didn't feel like I was 100% there. I felt like I maybe did it 60-70%, but it still unfolded, and I still got my end. Now, before I had to spend like 9 out of 10 energy in that classroom, now it has dropped from 9 out of 10 to 5 out of 10. It is so much more smooth, so much more better, so much more easier. Okay, so I'm sharing this true story about myself. You know, if you ever come here, you can visit my center organization. You can ask anyone there about my class, and they will tell you about those 2 special kids. So did improbabilities matter? People telling me no, it didn't matter. Other people telling me it cannot be done, didn't matter. Policy didn't matter. All of these things, they do not matter. If you really want that, if you have impressed your subconscious mind, if you have positive supportive assumptions, your manifestation will come. It does not matter what the external world is saying. It does not matter what people are saying. I've been told no so many times, and people might call it arrogance or, you know, too much of self-belief. It doesn't matter. I know I've manifested hundreds of thousands of times. I know that once I've impressed my subconscious mind, it will unfold. There's nothing it can stop. Nothing can stop it, right? If I have supportive assumptions and if I imagine the end properly, my end will come. So this is all I wanted to share. I hope you found this video really useful. Give it a thumbs up. If you have any interesting stories like that, you wish to share, please post them in the comment section below. I would love to know that. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos like this. There will be a suggested video popping up here. I definitely want you to watch that as well. And until then, I wish you great success on your manifesting journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.